Alright, welcome back to the channel guys, and today we're going to be covering a topic that I wanted to talk about for a while, but I wanted to wait until the game has been out for about a month, which hasn't been yet, but I think it's a good time to talk about this because this could be an issue moving forward. But before we continue on, once again, a quick reminder to everyone that's tuning in for the first time. I am doing a giveaway at 4,000 subscribers, and I've done one at 3,000 subscribers. Someone has received a free game copy of Hogwarts Legacy. I'm thinking about doing the same giveaway or something different, but it's also going to be very exciting at the benchmark. So if you guys want to be entered, make sure you guys do subscribe and leave a comment in this video. That's all you got to do. It's really simple to enter. Let's start with the video. So we're going to be talking about some different points as to why this could be a huge problem for Hogwarts Legacy moving forward. And it doesn't specifically necessarily have to do with Hogwarts Legacy as the problem, but it's just kind of the issue with the genre in general. So once again, I want you guys to keep an open mind, and if you guys disagree or agree, then just kindly drop it down below in the comment section, and I would love to read you guys' responses. And who knows, maybe I'll change my mind, maybe some other people will change their mind as well. But let's start with the first point, right? What is the issue with Hogwarts Legacy? And this might actually shock you, and it's a difficulty problem, right? Is the game too hard or is it too easy? I'm going to be completely honest. I've read some of the comments on my videos. I've also played the game as well in the back scenes. I haven't recorded or uploaded any actual playthroughs yet, just because I don't think really it's the right time. Maybe I'll do it in the future. But in general, as of now, the difficulty is way too easy. Right now, hear me out. Obviously, the first time you hop into Hogwarts Legacy, you're going to be learning the controls, you're going to be learning the movement, the spells, how to do skill points, etc. But once you get it down, similar to pretty much any actual RPG out there that's solo and doesn't have an MMO or a massively multiplayer online addition to it, it gets very easy very quick. Right, once you learn the move, you learn the combos, and you learn what the NPCs do, what the enemies do, you can pretty much speed run your way through the game very easily, and it gets easy pretty quick, right? And even if you're playing at the most difficult level there is, it gets fairly easily. Now obviously there's going to be some missions out there that are going to be a bit difficult and you'll die a few times, but in general the entire gist of the game that is easy. Now, how can you fix this, right? Once again, I'm not going to be talking about the introduction of multiplayer. However, I'm going to focus on why massive multiplayer online gameplay is a lot better in the sense of difficulty. Okay, everyone can agree to some extent that AI will always be predictable and will be very easy. Once you actually master the skills and you figure it out, it gets easy very quick. God of War Ragnarok, on the other hand, or the God of War series in general, doesn't really run into that same issue because to be quite honest, there's a lot of missions, unlike Hogwarts Legacy, that are very difficult to complete just due to the nature of the monsters or the enemies that you are fighting. But going back to Hogwarts Legacy here, right? If there was an MMO aspect to it, right? Whether there should be or there shouldn't, you guys can leave below in the comment section. But focusing on if there was, it would be a lot more harder because people will do certain builds that are harder to beat, so you'd have to counter them with certain builds. Obviously the loss of immersion will be a big deal because now you're playing with other people in the game and you're not the primary focus, but the difficulty will be risen up a lot higher because a lot of people playing the game for the first time will first have to learn the game, and then they will have to learn how to counter certain builds, how to beat actual players, because in most games people will beat the storyline and then they'll progress to doing player versus player, otherwise known as PvP. So that's going to be the first point I wanted to cover. Now moving on to the next point, and this is something that you probably have thought of, and although you have not completed the game yet, it has probably popped up in your mind, and it's regarding how much you can actually repeat the gameplay of Hogwarts Legacy, right? So if you've played pretty much one playthrough and you've tried to attempt another playthrough, let's say you've done Gryffindor on your first attempt and maybe wanted to go a little bit on the edgy side and went Slytherin or even Ravenclaw on your second one, right? You're probably going to notice that although there's some differences with the companions, some of the students you're interacting with, and some of the missions in the beginning with whom you're talking about and what's going on around you, generally speaking the storyline is still the same, right? And what I would love to see is, because this is a Harry Potter based game and we know how much different every experience from different houses is, they should have definitely kind of focused on this vocal point, because I think it's a very important point, right? A Gryffindor should have a completely different experience than a Slytherin. Now understandably, right, this game is massive, and for them to do that, that would be very, very, very difficult and probably take a few more years. But honestly, maybe this is something that can come in the future as well to bring people back to the game, because I'm going to be completely honest, although there's millions and millions, probably billion at this point, people that played this game, a lot of people are leaving because they've just beat the game and there isn't really much more to do before the remaining consoles even get the game released yet. So we're in a very odd time, because Not many people are talking about this game anymore, but it's still very popular, but not really talked about. So it's very weird. And I want to know you guys' opinion on this point specifically, because I think, personally speaking, if you're going to have a game this massive, you want people to kind of be able to repeat it, especially if you don't want to introduce an MMO into it, just so that people can still play the game and the longevity of the game is actually lasting. Now, let me know what you guys think of these points here. Now, once again, like I said, this is not specific to Hogwarts Legacy only as an issue, but this is kind of a problem for most RPGs that are solo only. Some actually make it through the cracks, for example, God of War, just because of the nature of the game. But I definitely do want to see this game succeed, because honestly, I love playing this game as well as making content for this game. So I definitely do want this game to last. Once again, if you guys enjoyed it, be sure to check out my previous videos where I cover other updates and news for Hogwarts Legacy as always. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and have a great rest of your day.